Adam here with Brooksaw Antiques. Today we have this 1955 Olympia SM3 vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Made in Western Germany and one of the top typewriters of all time, along with the other SM series from Olympia, also known as the Mercedes-Benz of typewriters. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This helps you guide the page in straight. I'm going to line that up with the edge of the platen, which is the main roller that feeds the paper. This is the left margin. I'm going to set that on 0 and the right one around 70-ish. And this is the paper support arm that flips up from the back like a switchblade and extends. This is the paper bale that sits on top. It's got 2 adjustable rollers and a scale. And if you load the page crooked, like I did a little bit there, you just flip this this paper release, straighten it out, and then flip it back. Now we have a straight page. Once you hear the bell, you're near the end of the margin. Hit this line space, get you back to the beginning, and skips 1, 1.5, or 2 spaces. Right now we have it on single, but if you want 1.5, just flip that switch forward 1 notch. 1 more notch skips double. You keep that on single for now and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line. Switch from black to red. There's a switch on the right side. Flip that all the way down to the red indicator. It prints the bottom portion of the ribbon, which is red. When you have it in the middle on the white indicator, it prints no ink at all. It just leaves a stencil for copying purposes. When you have it up top on the blue indicator, it prints the top portion of the ribbon, which is black. We're going to move that down for red. Beautiful. Smooth, heavy, and precise. Some of the best quality print you can get. This is a noticeably heavier touch than the SM9, but the SM9 kind of just went all in on just one design. They had two arrows of the same kind of white designish. They had some variants colors, but these SM3s and 4s are more of a classic, classy look. And the brown has got like a chocolate color, and this come in other colors, green and silver and whatnot. White, glossy white. There's a bunch of different colors. So the SM3 and the SM4 are very popular for that, for just for the design and also the function. It's got some of the best quality parts, best engineering of any typewriter. Very durable. They're known to be the most durable typewriters of all time. To pull the page out easy, like we did to straighten the page, you flip this forward, unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easy or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. That tends to just go back on its own, but most of the time you got to push that back on other typewriters. We're going to flip this down for now and put the color back on black. A shift on each side and a shift lock on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again. MR stands for margin release. When you get to the end of the margin, there's a mechanism that blocks you from printing. Hit that MR button. It does allow you to type past that all the way to the end. This is your backspace. Very smooth. This lever here is your carriage lock. You flip that up and move the carriage to the middle. It locks the carriage in the middle, so when you have it in the case, it protects the escapement, which is a mechanism that allows the carriage to move 1 space at a time when you type. Tab on the top right. This is the difference between the SM3 and the SM4, is the SM4 has a tab set and clear on the keyboard. I think they're typically always on the right next to the space bar. This one you have to set it manually, so there's good and bad to that. The bad is that you do have to get behind here and set these manually, kind of just like the margins. The good thing is that there's less things to go wrong with your typewriter. If you have a tab keyboard problem, that can mess up your entire typewriter. So this technically is a more durable, longer lasting, less serviced machine. And if you don't use tabs, if you don't need to use like 20 or 30 tabs, and you don't really need the SM4's sophisticated keyboard. So we're just going to hit that tab button and test each one of those. It stops at each one of these back here. It's got a little lever that comes up and stops at each one of those. Open the hood. All the brand new ribbons loaded on the left side, so it's pulling clockwise to the right. It's actually swapped. This is how you swap it manually, but it will catch the eyelet at the end of the ribbon, which is a little metal piece, to swap automatically to whatever side it needs to go to. So we do want it to pull to the side, but it will go back and forth on its own. This is your touch control. If you don't have an eyelet, the little metal piece on the end, you can tie a knot, and that will catch on that and pull it to the side it needs to go. This is your touch control. There's a plus sign and a minus. There's no minus sign, I guess, on this one, but there is a plus sign with an arrow. That just increases, that loads the spring, that increases the tension on your keys. It already has a heavy touch, but some people really like heavy touch machines, so you just increase the tension like right there. Okay, this is your carriage release, only on the right side on the SM3, and this will disable the spacing when you turn the knob, so you can get to an exact spot on the page. You let it go, you get the clicks. Each one of those clicks is a half a space. This is your paper support arm, very cool. And this also will disable the spacing, so you can get to an exact spot on the page. Flip it down to disable it, flip it up to retain it, and you want to be careful doing that because you will lose your line. And that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.